In a forest of towering green stalks that touched the sky lived a little panda cub named Bao Bao. The forest was his whole world, a magical place where a cool mist often drifted between the bamboo, making everything soft and quiet. The only sounds were the gentle swish, swoosh of the wind in the leaves and the happy crunch, crunch of his mother eating her favorite snack. Bao Bao was a roly-poly, happy cub. He loved his home, and most of all, he loved his mother. Bao Bao's favorite game was tumbling. He would find a mossy little hill, curl into a fluffy black and white ball, and roll all the way to the bottom, landing in a soft pile of leaves with a happy His mother would watch him, her eyes soft and full of love. She was the best climber in the whole forest. With her strong paws and sharp claws, she could scale the tallest bamboo tree as easily as Bao Bao could roll down his little hill. She would climb high, high up to find the most tender green bamboo shoots, or to pick out a sturdy, leafy branch for a peaceful afternoon nap. Bao Bao would watch her from the ground, his head tilted in wonder. He wanted to join her up there, in the secret world of the canopy. He would place his little paws on the rough bark of a tree and try to pull himself up, just like she did. But his paws always seemed to slip. The ground would start to feel far away, and a strange wobbly feeling would bubble up in his tummy. Before he knew it, thump, he'd slide right back down, landing softly in the leaves. He'd shake his head, a little bit frustrated and a little bit scared, and go back to his tumbling game, trying to forget the dizzy feeling of the climb. One sunny afternoon, the light filtered through the leaves, making golden patterns dance on the forest floor. Bao Bao's mother had climbed a particularly tall and sturdy old tree. From her high perch, she called down, her voice a warm, gentle Bao Bao, my little sweetling, you must see this. The bamboo leaves up here have been kissed by the sun. They are the sweetest I have ever tasted. Bao Bao looked up. He could just see his mother's silhouette against the bright sky. He imagined sitting beside her, the warm sun on his fur, munching on the special sweet leaves. He could almost taste them. The thought was so wonderful, so delicious, that a new feeling began to bubble up inside him, pushing away the wobbly fear. It was determination. He looked at the tall tree, its bark like a ladder reaching into the sky, and he thought, Today I will be brave. I will climb that tree all by myself. He took a deep breath, wiggled his fluffy tail, and walked over to the base of the great tree. I'm coming, Mama, he called, his voice small but full of hope. He placed his front paws on the bark, just as he had done so many times before. He dug his little claws in, testing his grip. It felt solid. He pulled himself up, and then, carefully, he moved a back paw, then another front paw. He didn't think about anything else. Just the bark right in front of his nose. Up, up, up he went, his heart thumping a little rhythm against his ribs. I can do it! I can do it! He was higher than he had ever been before. He could feel the gentle breeze that didn't quite reach the forest floor, and he felt a little flutter of pride. And then he made a mistake. He looked down. The world suddenly stretched out below him. His favorite tumbling hill looked like a tiny green bump. The soft piles of leaves looked like little specks. The ground seemed 1,000,000 miles away. A wave of dizziness washed over him, making the whole forest spin. His claws tightened on the bark, and he froze, his body trembling. He was stuck. He was too scared to keep going up, and much, much too scared to try and go down. A soft whimper escaped his throat. "I can't, Mama," he cried, his voice shaky. "It's too high. I can't do it." Tears pricked at the corners of his eyes, and he squeezed them shut, wishing he were back on the safe, solid ground. He heard a soft rustling sound above him. He peeked one eye open and saw his mother climbing down, not all the way, but to a thick, strong branch just above his head. She settled herself comfortably and looked down at him with her kind, knowing eyes. Her voice was as calm and soothing as a gentle stream. "Oh, my little Bao Bao," she rumbled softly. "You have been so brave. Don't look down at the journey you've made, little one. That part is over. Just look up. Look up to where you want to go. Look at me." Bao Bao lifted his teary eyes to his mother's face. "Now," she continued, "don't think about the whole tree. That's too big for anyone to think about all at once. Just find the very next spot for your paw. See that little nook right there? Just reach for that one spot. That's all you have to do." Bao Bao took a shaky breath. He let it out slowly. He stopped looking down. He stopped thinking about the whole huge tree. He looked only at the little nook in the bark his mother had pointed to. It wasn't far. He stretched out one little paw, his claws reaching. His paw found the hold. It felt secure. He pulled himself up that one tiny step. Then his mother's voice came again. "Good. Now, what about the next one?" He found another spot, and then another. With each small movement, the scary, wobbly feeling in his tummy got a little smaller, and the feeling of pride grew a little bigger. He wasn't climbing a giant tree anymore. He was just taking one little step, and then another little step. Before he knew it, he felt a wide, sturdy branch beneath him, and he scrambled onto it right next to his mother. He had done it. He was high up in the canopy, and it wasn't scary at all. It was beautiful. He could see the tops of the bamboo swaying like a green ocean, and a little blue bird zipped past, a cheerful song. His mother nuzzled the top of his head, and he leaned against her warm, soft fur, feeling completely safe. She broke off a stalk of the special bamboo and handed it to him. He took a bite. It was just as she had said, crisp, juicy, and wonderfully sweet. They sat there together, munching happily as the sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Bao Bao had learned that the biggest, scariest things weren't so scary if you just took them one small, brave step at a time. When he finished his treat, he found a comfortable nook where two thick branches met. He curled into a fluffy ball, his tummy full and his heart happy, tucked safely beside his mother. High in the swaying canopy of his forest home, Bao Bao closed his eyes and drifted into a deep, peaceful sleep, dreaming of sweet leaves and brave adventures.